Okay, I gotta start this off with honesty. It has been a rough day. It hasn't, I mean, the whole thing has been rough. It started rough. It actually ended on a really revelation filled moment. So, actually ended good, but it just had a rocky beginning. I could not stand to be in this skin. I was crawling. I just wanted to jump out of it. It was not good. And it used to be so easy for me to get lost in that, where the thought would come and I would just fixate on it. And I would try to think of all the things I could do to change it and make it better. And I'd go to the mirror and I'd just stare at myself. And I'd go in the closet and try on clothes, just to prove that what I was feeling was true. I'd go and I'd body check, make sure everything was the same. I was constantly doing things that kept that thought alive. And that was what I came to realize when I noticed this morning that thought came, and probably it was 10 minutes later, it got really quiet. Where there was no chance it was going to control my day because I couldn't hear it anymore. Thoughts like that used to just define what I was going to do and who I was going to be. But today, it came, it roared, and then it suddenly got really passive, almost non-existent. And I'm not complaining about that. I will take that any day. But I just could not figure out why. Why isn't it there? What happened to it? I'm just used to it. I'm used to that presence. I'm used to letting control what I do. So all day I was just on a mission to figure it out. To get the answer to it. Because I never want to figure something. I never want to go through something. Overcome something and not know how it was overcome. I want to make sure I have the answers to give to others. So I'm just pondering it and thinking on it. And it hit me. I gave it no food. That was a really bad comparison for what I go through. But I gave it no food as in the thoughts. I did not feed it with behaviors or actions or reflections. See, everything I used to do when that thought would come would just feed it. The trying on the clothes, the mirror, the body checking. All of that is what kept the thought alive. So now it doesn't have that. I'm not giving it to it. There's nothing to give it. I gave it all up. So without any of that to sustain it, it's going to weaken. It's going to die off. And I just never thought about it. I never thought about why those thoughts were so strong and so loud. It's because I gave them that space. I was handing them what they needed to thrive. It was all on me the whole time. It was all my choice. And I don't think they ever go away. I don't think there will come a day where I don't hear anything. That they'll just disappear. I think they just get quiet. That I have to strain to hear them. Because here's what I've come to discover. Is that they now get overpowered. The more I live, the more I say yes to life, the more I take chances and step out of my comfort zone. The more of a voice authentic Jenna gets. the louder she becomes. The more alive she becomes. She gets bolder. She gets more authoritative. She knows who she is. She knows what she wants. So she starts to up her volume. And then I can no longer hear the voice of the disorder. It just weakens. It's not getting fed. So thus it gets quieter. And authentic Jenna gets louder. And that's why, I think that's why in any challenges, it's so easy to go back to the disorder. When trials happen, when trauma happens, it shakes you, it quiets you. And so naturally, you're going to start to hear the disorder more. And because of that, you'll start to feed it, and that's how a relapse happens. So I think if you get anything from this, anything for what I have just gone through, what I've just learned, is to never silence yourself. Never go quiet. That's what those disordered thoughts want you to do. To get passive again. So they can get louder. So they can get fed. Fill your life with positive things that are going to feed your authentic self so that voice can grow. And as that voice grows, keep using it. Never go silent. You need to speak. Even in the trials, even when you don't want to, you have to keep using your voice. You have to keep speaking how you feel and what you think and step into who you are. Don't let that negative side win and don't let it grow. You were always the one who was meant to bloom. You were always the color and the life that was meant to be put in this world.